Well, hello everybody. I'm Mark Guenther. I'm here on my farm, here at our house, and we're standing right here in front of our. And this part here is our sorghum house. This is where we process the orders and package up the sorghum orders. The building right beside it there is what we've had under construction now for about a year. We're getting almost ready to turn electric onto it, and that is going to be our honey house and container storage for the sorghum and the honey. And yeah, it's just been a growing, evolving process as shipping needs have become better, and you know, people can go on our website muddypondsorghum.com and order sorghum and honey and barbecue sauce, and everybody ought to try that barbecue sauce. It's Sherry, my wife's recipe. She made up the recipe, and it's her recipe, and pretty good stuff. But we'll go inside and show you all where we do some packaging. Come on in. So we're inside our warehouse here and seeing various pieces of equipment. This is actually a honey extracting machine that's going to go out in a new building. This is a pallet of pints of sorghum, empty containers, empty containers, empty containers. And then here's a pallet of full half gallons that we ship them out. You know, various, sometimes this right here is a pallet that I built this morning. It has 15 cases of pints on it, 12 cases of quarts, 6 cases of half gallons, 2 cases of half pints, and I've got to shrink wrap it and get it all ready, and a semi truck will come and pick that up. But right in here is Sherry's office. This is where she takes the orders and processes them. She's got all the modern stuff that a person could want to take these orders and print out the labels and get it all ready to go out here to the table and package them up.
She's even got a see-through computer there, looks like. How about that?
It's nice, isn't it? I like that.
So you're shipping them to wholesale, retail, or both?
Both. Wholesale, like, well, you go ahead and say. I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, Whole Foods is what I have this today. I have about 3 cases going to Whole Foods, sorghum and the barbecue sauce, and then also I got about 10 orders while we were gone over the weekend on our website, so yeah. I gotta get those shipped too.
So you guys work all weekend and come back and work all week, setting up at the demonstration.
We basically
12 to 14 hours a day every day. Especially in the fall.
Especially in the fall. But we take some nice vacations then later on.
Yeah, we do. We get to have fun in the wintertime.
A lot of times, yeah, we've took some nice cruises and some nice road trips, and we're going to take a lot more. Yeah. We work hard and then we play hard.
Yeah. Well, Sherry likes that clogging a little bit, don't she?
Yeah, Sherry likes
to clog.
I've
done that ever since I was young. My family used to play old-time bluegrass music. Most of them have passed away, but anyway, I grew up clogging, and that's actually where we met. I was up at the Museum of Appalachian clogging with my family, and he was up there making sorghum, so that's where we met.
We've been married almost 22 years now.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So this is the end part of it, where it's going out the door, but we're going to see a lot more. We're going to see how you cut it and
that's right.
process it.
We're going to show you all how we cut it and process it and make it, and invite everybody to come visit us on the farm and buy their sorghum right fresh off the pan. It's a wonderful experience. We'll show you all about it in the next couple of days. Okay, I'm going to go over here and I'm helping Sherry out just a little bit. We've been out to Cades Cove doing a sorghum making demonstration. Came home, she had lots of orders, so I'm pitching in, helping her package some of these full cases that are going to Whole Foods, and she's in the office making the labels. So I do this occasionally, not nearly all the time. She does most of it herself, but just package these packages up and tape them up, and then she'll come out and do the label. So we've been over the years, we've grown. People order online, and then we have several stores. Like we're in the south region of Whole Foods, and that includes all the Whole Food stores in Tennessee, North and South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, and Mississippi. I think there's maybe 36 or 38 stores, and they order a case now and then, but that many stores, it helps. So UPS wants you to tape it, so I triple tape these boxes, and then I also tape these corners. Put a strip along the top right there, because some of these UPS guys, they are sort of rough on them. They throw these cases like firewood, and we got some good friends though that they're a whole lot more decent. But I think it's once they get to the main docks, they're really rough on these cases, and so they have to be taped pretty good. And if you don't have them taped good enough, they won't warranty it. They won't guarantee the shipment. But anyway, I've got this case of quartz almost ready, and she wants me to do 2 cases of barbecue sauce right now.
So question would be, how did you end up getting wholesale account like this one? Whole Foods.
So all of us family members, we all get out and try to push sorghum. And on top of that, Sherry and I have honey and barbecue sauce. So we go to all kinds of places and give out samples. And like Whole Foods, we went to their corporate store, corporate meetings in Atlanta, and met with the big people, and persuade, trying to get them as a customer, and finally you get in. And one of the important things is that Dad always said that it was so important to make a good product that everybody liked. If you didn't like it, I'll go on and tell that, but Sherry's coming out here with her labels and she'll start working on that. But Dad always said that if you make something that everybody likes, 3 people will know about it. If somebody doesn't like it, 10 people will know about it. And so, very important to all of us to make a very good product, and you get repeat customers. So we've been in Whole Foods, how many years? 8, 9?
Been more than that.
Maybe 10 years, something like that. There are many other regions. We have been unsuccessful in getting into any of the other regions. We've been really close a few times. Some things there that we just couldn't take, things they wanted to make us do, and of course you have to really have $2 million insurance to sell to them. And anyway, to start with, it's sort of an expensive product, and then by the time you have to take it somewhere. But we actually finally decided that we was going to absorb the cost of the shipping and just UPS it to each store, and that has been really, really good for us. So yeah, that's worked great.
This order right here, is this a wholesale order going to one place?
Yes, that is going to a place in New York called Health Life, correct?
Yes.
Yes, and it is 15 cases of pints, 12 cases of quarts, 6 cases of half gallons, and 2 cases of half pints. I just put it all together this morning. I have to shrink wrap it yet and put a plastic top over that and completely close that. And I got to give her some dimensions, and she will give them dimensions. Some of these places, like Health Life, they want to do their own trucking, so they send a truck to get it. Now we do when we directly ship it, and we've actually got 48 5-gallon buckets out on the porch that we made last week Tuesday that I have to build pallets for. There's 36 buckets go to a place in Chicago, and 6 5-gallon buckets go to this meat place in Atlanta, and another 6 5-gallon buckets go someplace in New Jersey, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Something like that. She has it all written down. I don't remember it all. But anyway, I build these pallets. I take a pallet and I put down a piece of plywood, and then I build a rim around it and set the buckets on it, and I build a wood top, and I have a banding machine and band the whole thing together. And then FedEx picks those up, or part of them, and then maybe Averitt Express part of them. Not sure, but right now we have several orders to take care of. And then along with making sorghum, on top of that, on the weekends we go do demonstrations. So that sort of makes us busy, and especially when it gets busy like that, I come out and try to help her a little bit. But for the most part, she does all this by herself. Then outside on the porch, we have a UPS box. We carry these cases out there to the UPS box and put them in there, and UPS truck will be by after a while. And they stop 5 days a week. And yeah.
Now let me ask you, how are they using 5-gallon buckets of it? What are they doing with that 5-gallon buckets?
They use it on their meat and stuff. They cure the meat, don't they, Mark?
Yes,
And
the place in
use the
Atlanta is
sorghum
called
trotter. Spotted trotter.
Spotted Trotter, and they
It's
cure.
charcuterie like stuff.
They cure and make
Bacon and all kinds of
bacon
stuff.
and ham charcuterie. I can't hardly even pronounce the word. Being out from the country, like you don't understand all those fancy words, but charcuterie, it's real thin sliced meat. But they buy 6 5-gallon buckets about 3 times a year.
Yeah, something like
2 to 3 times a year. The place that's getting the 36 5-gallon buckets, they're sort of hush-hush. We don't know exactly what they're doing with it, but they're ordering it about 4 times a year. So in other words, 36 buckets 4 times a year. But they're making some kind of a sauce. We're not sure what they're making with it. You can go on their website and see the sauces that they sell. We have done a little bit of asking, but haven't found out too much. We're just glad that they're buying it. They send us a check, or some of these places direct deposit the money, and we're pretty strict about that. We don't ship anything until it's paid for. We're not a bank. We're not in the credit business, so yeah, it has to be paid for before we ship it. So anyway,
label.
so these 2 are ready. I'm gonna carry them out to the UPS box. She has all the labels on them where they're going to, and you can see right there. This one is going to Whole Foods Market, Legendary Drive, Destin, Florida. Yeah. I should have had all this a little bit ready a little bit more, but there you see it says UPS. So I have this box. When we remodeled this barn, I built that in here, and it's been very handy. Some days this thing is completely full. Not always, but that's where the UPS comes and picks it up. But the 5-gallon buckets I was talking about, that's where they're stacked up right there. And so the place that gets the 36 buckets, they will get 18 buckets per pallet. There's 9 buckets per layer go on those.
Now we've not talked about that much. This is for your beekeeping.
This is beekeeping equipment. Those are supers where I gathered the honey in. And if I want to, let me see. No, I was going to show you a bee yard, but it's too far around the corner. I don't think we can see it. And then empty barrels. We also fill and put a lot of sorghum in barrels, because and then we'll show you our bottling setup inside. Throughout the year, as we get these orders, you never know if these places are going to order pints or quarts or half gallons or 5-gallon buckets. And then we also offer glass and plastic. It can be pints and quarts, glass or plastic. You never know what they're going to order. So with these barrels, we dump them in our bottling tank and fill whatever the customers are wanting. So sorghum is just like honey. There is no expiration time on it. It lasts indefinitely. The only thing that can happen to it, it can crystallize. And then, warm water, microwave. In this new honey house, I actually have built a room in there. It is 16 feet wide and 20 feet in length, 12 feet ceiling. to where I can double stack barrels or even pellets in there with a forklift and keep it 100 to 104 degrees in that room, and that keeps anything from crystallizing at that temperature. And the reason that that temperature is critical is because honeybees do allow their hive to get a max temperature of 104 degrees. If honeybees get over 104 degrees, they die, they succumb to the heat. And they actually have the ability in the hottest of the weather to keep the air flowing through there and keep it cool under 104 degrees. And so for us to sell raw honey, that is an important aspect of it because, you know, we're not buying honey, we're not adding additives to it like corn syrup to make more honey, to sell it cheaper. We sell pure honey, and so we have to try to do everything along with that. So she's got 2 more cases ready here. I'll carry those out. And then we're going to come back in and we're going to show you where we bottle and process the honey. Maybe while I'm doing that, you got a question for her?
Well, I could tell you about the barbecue sauce.
Yeah, let's hear about that.
Well, I was making it for us at home for a long time, and we just wanted to, we're not really wanting to sell barbecue sauce, which it is selling barbecue sauce, but it's to sell more sorghum. Sorghum sales, you know, some people don't like sorghum, and when we do these shows and festivals, we give taste of the sorghum and everything, and like at Cades Cove, we got them to buy our barbecue sauce, and like I said, it's my recipe, and decided to start making it to sell. And so we go to a kitchen in Lebanon, Tennessee, at Cumberland University, at Cumberland Culinary Center. And anyway, when we started to sell it, I would, you know, add different things. And
the recipe is hers. She made up the recipe, and I was the guinea pig.
Yes, he was the taster. I would do different things to it, and he'd taste it. And he'd say, okay, I like this or don't like this. But anyway, that barbecue sauce is a big seller. 60% of it is sorghum syrup. The main ingredient is sorghum syrup, and they did that on purpose. I detest corn syrup. You know, you can go to a store and buy cheap barbecue sauce, corn syrup in it. But anyway, I detest that. So this has got sorghum in it, and we go to, like we was just at Cades Cove this last weekend, and I sat at the table giving taste of the barbecue sauce and the sorghum. That's the only 2 things we sell up there. And it's almost 2 to 1 that people like the barbecue sauce. If they don't like the sorghum, and some people don't, they'll buy that barbecue sauce. They say, that's the best barbecue sauce I've ever had. And they just love it.
It is expensive because of the sorghum ingredient. You know, corn syrup can be bought for pennies per pound. Sorghum base price, you know, we're around $2.50 a pound for the base price for sorghum. And so because of that, it makes the barbecue sauce a little bit more expensive. But yeah, but it's been a great hit for us. It's done. Yeah, we've sold many cases of it, and you can see back there we have 2 pallets of it. This pallet here is the plastic jugs. We only offer it in these plastic jugs or in these pint jars, and we private label that. If like the Smoky Mountains, they get their own private label. And you know,
and there's half gallons.
Then we have the half gallons. That's the best buy there, to buy that half gallon. And these people, a lot of people are very much to our liking. They're getting hooked on it. They'll come buy cases of it. You know, yeah. But I'll show you going to this next room here, and we've been at it for several years already. This is our processing kitchen. This is where some of the ingredients are prepared for that barbecue sauce, and have to be completely health department compliant with 3-bowl sinks and ventilation and everything. And I actually did some honey extracting in here, and that's honeycomb in there. And so this is a refrigerator on this side and freezer on that side. And yeah, some of the ingredients in here. And, yep. Next room over is our bottling room. Of course, you have to have a 3-bowl sink, hand wash sink, way to clean your hands. Sherry also makes some popcorn, caramel popcorn or sorghum popcorn, and have her completely set up there to make some of that. And then, yeah.
I just have to tell you something about the caramel. Well, I don't call it caramel popcorn, it's sorghum popcorn. Popcorn balls. I make it for these festivals that we go to. And it's sorghum, of course, is on it. And one time we had a little get together at our house up here, and some Mark's brothers and brother-in-law Jerry was here. That's Judy's husband. That's his sister Judy's husband. Anyway, one of the sister-in-laws said, "What did you put on that popcorn? It's so good." And I said, "Sorghum." And the brother-in-law Jerry said, "Don't you know Sherry puts sorghum on everything? She uses it as perfume."
She is so committed to sorghum.
When we got married, I didn't even know anything about sorghum.
Didn't even know anything about it. A year ago in April, we rode the mules down in the Grand Canyon. She took one of the little bottles on that mule all the way down to the bottom of the Grand Canyon
coffee. I was
for
not
her
gonna
coffee,
drink coffee with that
as we
sorghum.
spent the night at Phantom Ranch down at the bottom of Grand Canyon.
And we went on a cruise. I had it with me there.
She took it the whole through the
Everywhere
Panama Canal.
I go.
Yeah, she takes it everywhere. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. And so this is the bottling equipment right here. This is a steam kettle. It's a propane gas, so the steam line comes in there. I've done all this work in here. I built all this stainless work. And we bought the kettle, and it's steam fired. We can put 110 gallons of sorghum in there, and we bottle it. It goes over on this conveyor. The barbecue sauce has to have a tamper-proof shrink band on it, and that's what this thing does. A coating machine comes around here, very nice labeling machine, and then an accumulator that puts it back in there. And everybody's seen this thing sitting around, but this thing picks up a whole barrel of sorghum and dump it into the tank. Yeah.
Nice. A lot of expensive equipment.
A lot of expensive equipment. We have been blessed to manage our money and
work hard.
Work hard.
Yeah.
Yep. We've done well with it. We enjoy doing it. We're all about sorghum syrup. We did that episode about killing hogs. We love to do our own food as much as possible, and that's the reason we know all that, but we're all about sorghum syrup. Yep.
Well, this is quite an amazing operation. I was thinking it was pretty much all processed down at the mill, but that's...
Well, the thing is, we work over there. That's where we make it. That's where our family gets together and makes it. But at the end of October, that shuts down. And so, you know, we have built this business up that we have a sorghum, honey, and barbecue sauce business throughout the year. So we live right here, and we needed something. This was an old barn, started remodeling it. Never dreamt that we would actually get this nice and be able to do all this stuff. But health department requires, we actually had to submit a plan to the Department of Tennessee, to the health department, and get their approval for all these rooms, floor drains, sinks, and the way it's all drained, and just kept working at it, and it's turned out pretty nice. It's a very nice place. The next building next door there is our honey house. It's under construction, almost ready to turn the lights on, but later down the road when we have lights in there, we'll show you all that.